let's move a little bit to General Conference. Now that the General Conference has been postponed again until 2022, how do you believe we should plan and organize our work in the meantime? What should we be doing now?
So I want to say what we should be doing now is taking care of our communities, because we have a lot of hungry people out there, and a lot of people that are going through a hard time. But for General Conference, I think that right now is a time to cultivate compassion. Cultivate compassion towards, and this is a hard one for me, those that I disagree with and those that I do agree with. I think if we were extenders of compassion, could you imagine how our conversations would go? I think that we really, and I always say this, but we really actually need to have conversations with those that we've excluded from the table. I think, the bishop said we need to listen, have more time to listen, which at first I really disagreed with. And I thought, oh my gosh, all we've been doing is listening. When are we going to do something? But then I remembered we haven't been listening to everybody. We've been listening to the same voices, but people like me, they'll listen to my voice all day long. But there are so many people that we've excluded from these conversations. So I do think that listening and having a conversation with the knowledge of extending compassion, I think that it's time to reflect on what do we want for the future? How do we want to be a relevant church? So let's start talking about that. We don't need to only focus on General Conference. Let's start talking about how our church is in massive decline. So let's have these honest conversations. Let's have the conversations of, do we need as many annual conferences? There's so many things that I think we need to start having these honest conversations about shifting so that we can actually be a relevant church. General Conference is not going to matter if we have no church, So if our churches are all dying, let's start that conversation. We're not going to have any churches if we don't really start talking about those things that a lot of us don't want to talk about.